Everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. Today we have Scott LeRoy on with us. He is awesome. He's going to help us out with all of our questions related to our marketing, our command, so that we can be absolute rock stars. If you guys can, we'd love to have your video on. Please feel free to participate, ask questions. This is super interactive. Scott, thanks so much for being here with us.
Hey, surprise, Scott looks a little different. Hi, guys. I'm Leah with Scott LeRoy Marketing. How you guys doing?
We are great. Thanks for being with us, Leah.
Yeah, happy to do so. I have some stuff planned for the first 30 days for what you should be focusing on with the KW command technology. So I'll be taking you guys through that, and you can follow along on your screen and watch on mine as well. Just a heads up, this will all be, well, I guess you're recording this already, right? Perfect, Thank you. And I'll make sure to also send over links after we're done with today's class. I'll send over notes and links to you guys of everything that we talk about so that you have access to all of that as well. But yeah, my game plan is to take you through the first 30 days, some things you can get going on for your technology and your branding to start branding yourself as a realtor. And also because I know at the beginning you get a lot of really great technology. However, it's a little overwhelming to learn it all. I totally feel that. So I'm going to try to set some guidelines for you guys so you know what order to be doing things and hopefully make this a little less overwhelming for you guys.
Awesome. Well, take it away, Leah. We are ready.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to switch over to that and then I'll be back with you.
Sounds good.
Great. All right, guys. So the first thing that I want to take you guys through, and most of you have probably already filled out your Scott LeRoy marketing questionnaire, but I do want to talk about that because that is a very important step to getting started with your KW technology. So as a KW agent, and let's see here, as a KW agent, you will be able to have access to us setting up all of your KW technology. So with that being said, we go through, set up everything for you and make sure everything is fully optimized so you get the full benefit of your KW technology and can hit the ground running. And can you guys see the Scott LeRoy Marketing website on my screen here?
Yes, we can.
Beautiful, thank you. So on this website, and that is scottleroymarketing.com, and I'll be pointing out noteworthy moments during class so you can jot those down. And again, I'll be shooting over notes after today's class so you guys have the full rundown. However, if you have not already, the biggest thing that you can do to get started for us to set up all of your KW technology is to come to our website, and we can send this over to you directly as well. But if you have not already, the scottleroymarketing.com website, and if you scroll down slightly, we have all of the resources for you as a KW agent, all under the KW resources tab here. So if you just hover your mouse over that, it will drop down. Again, these are all free resources for you as a KW agent. I'm going to take you guys through some of these things, what we can do for you for free, help you leverage your technology and so forth. And to get started, the best thing that you can do under KW resources is fill out one of our questionnaires if you have not already. So just to show you guys, when you click on the questionnaire here, it will, I'm already logged in as you guys, but let me log out real quick. So as a agent with your market center, anytime that you click to go log into our website or click on a resource in our website, it will take you to log in. And this will just be your market center number, which is 772. So if you'd like to jot, right, it's 772. So if you'd like to jot that down in your notes, anytime you're on the scottleroymarketing.com website, your password to access everything for free is 772, and then you can click log in. And once you do that, once you log in to our website, it'll give you additional items under KW resources here. So it'll give you everything that you have access to as a KW agent with Market Center 772. And so under the questionnaires specifically, so if you hover your mouse over KW resources and click on questionnaires, I just want to point out to you guys that we do have these questionnaires for every situation that you might be encountering. So if you are brand new to the to KW or a brand new agent, that setup questionnaire is there for you. If you're transferring from one KW office to another, expanding, if you're an admin, staff, or so forth, we do have a specific questionnaire for you. And of course, if you're not sure which one to fill out, feel free to shoot us an email. So if you'd like to jot down our email as well, that's support@scottleroymarketing.com. Our goal is to respond to your emails between about 5 and 15 minutes during normal business hours. So you'll always get a super quick response from us. Now, be a little gentle on that turnaround time, but just know we have a whole team working to answer your emails. Our most knowledgeable staff is answering your emails to give you the quickest answer you could possibly look for, or let you know, hey, this is something we can do for you, or here's a quick link or training to set you on the right spot. And so these questionnaires, feel free to reach out to us if you have not filled this out already. I just wanted to show you guys what you'll receive back as well. I have a sample. And thank you, Dana, for putting that in the chat. Our email and our website are in the Zoom chat, guys, if you want to check that out. And I just wanted to show you guys, I do have a sample agent questionnaire, what it looks like when we do complete your setup. So once you fill out the questionnaire, you'll receive an email like this, and that'll come from Scott LeRoy Marketing. It's support@scottleroymarketing.com. That's in the chat. So you can search your inbox for that if you have not seen this email. This is so helpful because it has all of your logins in one place. And I don't know about you, but I have a million passwords to keep track of. So it's really nice to have that all centralized in one spot here. So you'll have, your command login at the top, your KW email address and password. We set up your KW Command IDX website for you as well, and you'll see that you have links to your mobile apps, as your mobile app and your website and so forth. And what I like as well, on the right-hand side, you'll see an option to click here to learn more, where we have 10-minute tip videos and hour-long trainings on every inch of your KW technology. So you can check that out on the right-hand side here. We'll be setting up your Docusign account for you and so forth. So you'll get a bunch of really great tools. So I would recommend pulling this up in your email inbox. And if you have any trouble finding that, shoot us an email. We're happy to resend that over or get you started. Now, again, as I mentioned, right, getting all of this really great technology is exciting, but a little overwhelming to know where do I start, right? So to help with that, near the bottom of your logins, you will see this next steps option here, so 1 through 8. And I'll be taking you through some of these items today. However, that will get you started on the best next steps to go through your KW technology and optimize that and brand yourself further. Also, and we'll be talking about this in just a moment here, I'm going to share with you tips for your bio and headshot. However, if you have not already sent your bio or your headshot, that is something that we can add to your account. So anytime you need us to add something or change something on your website or your bio, your headshot, whatever it may be, we're happy to help you change that in your KW technology. Just shoot us an email with that information and we can go ahead and get that done. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about further from here is this 30-day challenge. So number 2 on here, and I'll send out a link in the chat real quick here to go ahead and get you guys started on this 30-day challenge. So I'm putting this in the chat. I don't believe I hyperlinked it, so you might have to copy and paste it into your browser there. However, so this 30-day challenge is created for the exact question of, okay, great, I got my KW technology, now what do I do? So these 30-day challenges will take you through getting started with as a realtor and with technology in general. So we have a getting started guide for you in general for your technology, as well as learning Command. So the 30-day challenge for Command, it will take you through, the order of videos we would recommend watching to properly train on Command and different items that you can do as you go through, versus the SLM getting started guide that will be a little more general, just getting started as a realtor with all your KW technology, or all your technology in general, rather. I also want to point out on here, we do have some further resources on more specific topics. So if you want to get that going a little faster, we do have these jump starts. So we have like a Docusign jump start and a team jump start. We're working on generating even more of these. This will give you like a 7 to 14 day plan of how to go ahead and learn that, what you should be doing to learn Docusign, to become a Docusign pro, to learn your team tools and so forth. So this is a really great place to start. And again, that is in the chat here. So for example, if I click on the command option here, it'll take you through day 1 through 30. And we also have a printable version here if you're like me and like to check things off. Just get a lot of joy from checking things off. So you can go ahead and print that out as well, hang it on your desk to keep yourself on track. And this will break it down, the order you should be watching the trainings, what order you should be completing things in your KW technology to continue to further optimize that, importing your contacts and so forth. And it's broken down by day because obviously you have a lot to juggle as a new agent. Technology is really just the tip of the iceberg. So this will give you one tech item per day to work on, and so that you can get that going within that 30-day time period. So I'm going to take you through some of these things on here, what it says. So first of all, let's talk about your bio. But first, to do that, I'm going to go ahead and log into Command so we can start talking about where your bio and headshot goes and different tips for that. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to Command, which is agent.kw.com. I like to remember that like it's the agent login for kw.com. And I put that in the chat, that one hyperlinked. So if you want to grab that from the chat, is agent.kw.com. And if you have not already, this will be a great thing to bookmark because as a KW agent, you will be going to Command daily. So to bookmark, it depends on your browser, but if you're in Google Chrome like I am, you can just simply click the star icon to the far right of the browser bar. And that will give you the option to add it to your bookmarks. So like I have that set up right here. So every day I come on and click KW Command all day, every day. So you can go ahead and bookmark that and any of the other tools that I bring up during class. And we'll go ahead and log in. So for this login here, that would be the very top login on the Keller Cloud Setup Complete email. If you receive this from us, that would be the top login here. And typically your username will be something like your first initial, last name, and maybe a number. Your last name is more common. It's not typically case sensitive, however, your password will be. So the password does require an uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and a number, in case that helps you jog your memory. And you can always click Forgot Password right here to go ahead and reset that. We can also help you reset that. So if you guys have any trouble with your passwords, feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're more than happy to help you reset that and regain access to your account. All right, so now that we are in Command, if you could follow me, we are going to actually click on your name on the top right of Command. We're going to do a touch of housekeeping first. So click your name on the very top right of Command. And let's select Settings from that dropdown. And I will again point out noteworthy moments because there are a few apps in here that I'm going to point out as being the main ones we'll focus on for today, the main ones that will really help with you getting started. So again, where I went, just click to my name on the top right of Command and then Settings. And that will take me on over to my connected apps that I have linked with Command. So I like to think of this section as kind of like an iPhone or an Android, any smartphone, right? When you first get your iPhone or new Android out of the box, it has a lot of really great features on it. However, you can always go to your your App Store, there we go, App Store, Google Play Store to download further apps to increase the functionality of your smartphone. Same concept here. So Command out the box has a bunch of really great features. However, you can link up further apps to increase the functionality of it. So yours will probably be in a different order than mine, as the connected apps will be at the very top here. And so if you scroll down, we're going to take a look at a couple of them depending on what order it's in. We do want to make sure that Docusign is linked to your Market Center, as that is what you'll be using to complete transactions in your Market Center. And of course, correct me if I say anything wrong about how you guys are running things through Docusign or anything, Dana. However, Docusign is what you'll be using to access your forms. It's where you'll go to edit your forms and send for electronic signatures. And we can help you with that as well. So, when that time comes, if you have any issues with getting your forms in Docusign or need trainings to learn that, I'll be sending those over after today's class as well. The other big ones that you want to have linked up, So the Facebook options are really awesome in Command, and yours will probably be lower under marketing automations if you don't already have your Facebook account linked. But Command actually has the ability to post on your Facebook account, so you can schedule posts in advance. And I'll kind of show you guys that. So if you want to schedule a post for next week, it's free. You can go ahead and do that through Command, and that would schedule it to post out, let's say, next Tuesday. And I'll again show you how to do that. However, make sure that your Facebook account is linked with that Facebook option. But you'll see two options here. And again, yours might be further down the page if you need to scroll. That's completely normal. However, the Facebook Ads Manager option as well, I would always recommend clicking to connect your Facebook account here as well. You can run paid ads through Command as well on Facebook. That is a paid option. However, what that is getting you in front of a bigger audience than just your sphere. And again, I'll provide you guys with little 10-minute trainings to help further explain each of these items here. However, that's a really great way to get leads. Again, it's a paid item in Command. However, it would get you in front of more than just your database. That's what you're paying for, to get in front of have not mets quite yet. And that would generate leads directly to Command. Again, I'll expand on those items, but guys, feel free to drop any questions you may have in the chat at any time, and I'm happy to answer those as I go along. All right, one last app here that I just want to explain to you guys. Okay, maybe two. If you can scroll to the very bottom, we need to take a look at our Command email. Scroll to the very bottom, and again, if I lost anyone, where I am is just clicking your name on the top right of Command and Settings from that dropdown. And now I'm scrolling to the very bottom, and I want to find that Command Email option. Now, if you could join me by clicking Manage to the right of Command Email, we need to make sure that your reply to email and sender name is correct. So when you send smart plans from the KW system, right, or emails from Command, and I'll share trainings on how to do that as well, this is how your name will display in the recipient's inbox. Right, so if your name is William, but you go by Bill and you want it to show up that way, go ahead and change that here. The reply to email address is really important. That is where any replies will come from. So when you send an email from a smart plan, it will send from a KW email address on your behalf. You'll see that right up here. However, when they click reply, it will go back to whatever email address you have here. So of course, really important that this is correct. This is your business email address. If it's not, you can simply click on that to go ahead and change that from the list. And if you made any changes here, you can click Save Changes for that to take effect. I didn't change anything, so it doesn't even give me the option to save it. That's normal. But just a heads up, you do get 5,000 emails for free to send out a command per month. After that, you can up your subscription. So if you have, quite a bit of contacts, and we'll be talking about how to get your contacts into Command, but you can send up to 5,000 emails for free each month. All right, guys. And the last thing I want to talk about here is just Twilio. I just want to mention it real quick because it is a super cool tool that you do have access to in Command. So Twilio is not a free item. That is a paid option in Command. However, it is very cool. It allows you to bulk text message your clients, your client database. So it will give you the option to actually send, all contacts in your database a bulk text message. You can also do that through smart plans, which I know I've mentioned a little bit, and I'll touch on more. However, that will give you an option to reach out to them further. For me, it's worth the investment because I don't know about you guys, but I don't check my personal email inbox too often because it's so filled with spam and emails I don't want to read. So honestly, the best way to get a hold of me or to even for me to see it at all would be for it to come to my phone via text message. And the pricing is pretty nominal. You'll see if you click subscribe to Marketplace right here, you can see the different pricings. I think the first plan starts at about $3.16 per month. So you can get an idea of how many credits it is. So you can see it's not too much of an investment there, and it might be worth it if you decide that you want to start text messaging your database, especially once we talk about getting all your contacts in your Command database today. All right, guys, please let me know if you have any questions on the app section. We're going to change gears a little bit to talk about your command marketing profile, but these apps will come up as I talk to you more about command in general, so I'll be touching back on these items. But of course, feel free to drop any questions in the Zoom chat. I'm more than happy to answer those. All right, so this next section is very important that you know how to get to it. So if you could jot down notes on how to get to your command marketing profile, I'm going to show you that now. This is where all of your contact information will pull from for your Command IDX website, your mobile app, landing pages you create, designs, you name it. So all of your contact information pulls from one spot. So if you get like a phone number or email change, you only have to change it in one spot for it to update everywhere, which is beautiful. So the steps on how to get there is, again, we clicked on our name on the top right of command, would be the first step. Step 2, settings. Step 3, on the left-hand side, if you could select connect settings. And last but not least, we have the marketing profile. So the only option there. And I'm going to say that one more time for you guys to make sure you got that jotted down. So again, the 4 steps to accessing your marketing profile is clicking your name on the top right of command, settings from that drop down. Then on the left-hand side, we're selecting connect settings. And the only option there will be our marketing profile. Now, again, this section is so incredibly important because it does autofill all of your contact information on every inch of your marketing materials, from your website, your app, landing pages, smart plans, you name it. So skim through here, make sure that this is set up. If it is not, we're more than happy to set it up for you. I'll put the link in the chat. If most of your KW technology is set up and you just want us to set up this command marketing profile for you, I'll put the link in the chat to fill out a short form for us to do that. It would also prompt us to set up your KW Command IDX website, which we'll be talking about. However, main things to know here, if it is filled out, let's scroll through and make sure everything looks correct. So you cannot save it until all fields marked as required or with this red asterisk is filled in. So make sure you're filling in all of those items that are required. And you'll see those red asterisks a lot during your ventures through command. It will always mark the required fields, so keep an eye out for those. But scroll down and check out the different items that you can update, make sure everything looks correct. We're going to talk a little bit about your headshot and your bio first. Okay, so if you have not already gotten a headshot done, of course, that's one of the big things to put on your to-do list, as having a headshot in general on your website is really important for connecting with people when they find you online. So as far as headshot tips, I do have tips that I'll send over to you guys in general. However, different things to consider, try to have someone else take your headshot for you. Try to go somewhere where you have a lot of natural lighting on your face. Try to avoid things like selfies or, bathroom mirror or cropping someone out of the photo. You want to put yourself in your client's perspective of, okay, if they just randomly saw this headshot on the internet, what impression would you get, right? So if you don't have a headshot taken, we put a KW logo in place of that. So no worries. I would go ahead and just work towards getting that headshot. If you can get a professional headshot, that's of course ideal. Your market center may have recommendations for a professional photographer, but of course, even your iPhone photos will work. iPhones have actually really great photos. Just make sure you're getting some natural lighting there and not a very busy background.
We do offer free headshots the first Tuesday of the month, guys. And if that doesn't work for you, Jeremy, our in-house photographer, you can always schedule a one-on-one with him.
Wow, that's incredible. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your headshot for command will need to be cropped into a square, just a heads up, for that to fit properly in this circle, which displays like that on landing pages and your website and so forth. Now, when you get your headshot done, we're more than happy to update that for you. So, anytime you change your headshot, shoot us an email with it, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We're happy to resize it so it fits best in command and take that off your plate. Now for the bio, similar concept goes, very important to go ahead and start coming up with, but honestly, easier said than done, right? It's really hard to write about yourself. So just some tips here. you know, when someone comes across you online and reads your bio, it's such a great way to find a connection with that agent, right? Like, oh, they went to this college, I went to that college. Oh, they like dogs, I like dogs. That's a reason to give you a call. So we do have some tips that I have written out that, again, I will send over after class here so you can start to work on this. However, you know, mentioning general things like where you grew up, if you have any kids, what brought you to real estate, what you enjoy doing. And we typically recommend writing that in third person as for search engine optimization. If you wrote that with your name, right, search engines will pick up on that, on your name, and pull you up higher on search engines for your website. So I'll send over some more bio tips on that. You know, about 2 paragraphs, nothing too crazy is typically ideal. And we're happy to add that into your accounts for you. We can add that to your websites, mobile app, and so forth. So feel free to send that over as well. All right, guys, if you scroll down, you can scroll down to the very bottom here and go ahead and click save if you made any changes. You know, make a note to yourself if you want to come back in here and edit any of these options here. You also have the ability to add in social media options if you have a Facebook business page, Twitter, Instagram, or so forth. Google Analytics, this is also something that we can set up for you. Google Analytics, just to mention this real quick, just tracks the amount of viewers on your website, how they got there, their bounce rate, like how quickly they left your website, and so forth. So feel free to shoot us an email. I'll also drop that in the chat and send that over in the notes, just a short form if you'd like us to fill that out or complete that for you, rather. All right, guys, so again, make sure you click save on the very bottom if you made any changes. And we're going to switch gears slightly to talk about adding contacts to your database, because that is one of the most important things you can do to get rolling on command, right? Because typically you need your contacts added so you can start on email marketing to your contacts. You can start using Twilio, the mass texting service if you'd like to, and so forth. So to do that, on the left-hand side menu, okay, so the very far left is the command menu. And we're going to click on the contacts icon, which will be the second icon from the top. The contacts icon is the second icon from the top. And just a quick tip on this menu, you know, as you're starting to learn the navigation around command, if you click on the KW logo on the very top left, it will pan out this menu so you can, you know, get an idea of what each icon means. And with that being said, the best way that you can honestly learn command as a new agent is really just start at the top of this list and work your way down here. Now, I know I always try to tell myself when I'm learning new technology, okay, this is fun. Don't let your blood pressure rise. And within minutes, I'm already stressed out. So I know the feeling with learning new technology. However, the best thing that you can do is simply just go click down this list right here, see what items you have in general, what opportunities you have to grow your business. And then we have quick little 10-minute tip videos to hour-long trainings on literally every inch of your KW technology to help you learn those items. And that's what we're here to help with. So just a little spiel on how to learn command. Put your feet up this weekend, grab a case of beer, bottle of wine, and have fun and click down the side, and then let us know how we can help you with that. All right, so in the contacts section, so the second option down, we have contacts. Let's talk about adding contacts to your database. Now I'm going to show you how you can add one contact at a time if you run into a new lead at the grocery store and need to just add in one lead at a time. However, in the case that you need to bulk import your contacts, so let's say your contacts are on your phone or they are in your Gmail account or Outlook, okay? We have steps on how to export your contacts from your phone, from Gmail, and so forth. And I'll shoot this in the chat, how I got there. However, if you hover over KW resources on our website, I think that's under training. We have an exporting contacts, and I'll send out this link directly so you guys don't need to follow me. The exporting contacts, this will just give you instructions on how to export your contacts, whether you have an iPhone, Android, Gmail, whatever various platform your contacts currently sit in. These notes will help you export from there, and then we're happy to do the importing. So when you import into command, it does require a specific format for that, and we're happy to reformat your contacts for command so that you can import that in. So I just put that in the Zoom chat. if you want to grab that link, and again, I'll be emailing that over as well. That'll give you steps to export your contacts so that you can send those over to us in an Excel spreadsheet. We can reformat them and bulk import into Command. So you don't need to manually enter in every one of your contacts. So I'll save you some time. We can even tag your contacts during the import. So if there's a specific tag that you want, we're here to help with that. And again, where you would send that is just support@scottleroymarketing.com. And you'll always get a quick response from us. So that's the import feature on the top right here. It's a little fickle, just a heads up, so we're more than happy to do it for you. But if you are working to add just one contact at a time, let's go ahead and do that by clicking Add Contact on the top right here. I'm just going to point out some key fields, things to note when adding your contacts in one by one as well. So first of all, we do need a full name here. So I'll do Barney Stinson. All right, you can add in whatever practice contact that you would like. It's really important to have a practice contact in your account so that you can practice sending yourself things before sending it to your entire sphere, every person you've ever talked to. I would always recommend sending that to yourself first. So you can name that, test, practice contact, whatever you'd like. And then for the primary email, I would go ahead and put in an email address that you have that's outside the system. So again, you can send yourself items before you send it to your entire sphere. Now, with that being said, Command will see duplicates. So if you already have the email address in your database, make sure you're not adding that one in. This would need to be a new unique email address. So Command helps with that so you don't get duplicates. So we really need a full name and an email address. These are the two main things that you need to go ahead and save the contact. But just to point out some other important things like relationship. So of course, the big question is, how do I add in a husband and wife or spouses in here? So adding the relationship, Command does want the contacts to be entered in as two separate contacts. Okay, so the spouse would need to be entered in separately, and then it would allow you to link up the two records. So if I click on Add Relationship right here, I could go ahead and add the spouse or other relationships here to link that. But when I'm typing that in, so as I have spouse selected, I'm going to go ahead and type in the name of that contact. And if I already have them in my database, I can simply click on them from that list to go ahead and link them up. Now, you can go ahead, so if you don't already have them in your database, the spouse, you can go ahead and type in the client's name here and add it. However, it will just add virtually a blank contact to your database with just a name, just a heads up. So if you are adding the spouse this way, you would need to go into that spouse contact record to complete filling that out. All right, so we're linking up this relationship, the spouse, that way. You'll see as you scroll down just a couple more important items to note. So lead source type, okay, you can select from the list right here, where this lead came from. You can also select from contacts if you procured the lead from another contact. All right, these are optional fields. All right, but I'm just going to point out the more important ones here. You can also mark them as a lead. You need to. So if this is a lead that you need to pay attention to, and we'll talk about, I'm going to show you how you can pull up all of your leads with one click. So we're going to talk about accessing leads in your account next. So hang on to questions about that. But you can mark it as a lead, and that would give it an L next to it, notating that it's a lead. Tags are also super important. And again, as I mentioned, we can bulk tag your contacts if we import your contacts. However, tagging your contacts, taking the time to do that is super important for your marketing efforts to be able to tailor your marketing more towards that specific demographic of clients. So whether it's they're buyers or sellers or have not met, family, friends, people you met at your church, your kid's soccer club, whatever the case may be, creating more specific marketing material to that group of people is much more effective than just shooting a marketing email to your entire sphere when they have a lot of different situations going on. So I would recommend taking some time to work on tagging your contacts. And again, if we are importing those in for you, we can bulk tag those as we add those in.
I like to use zip codes too, guys. That way, if I want to look up everyone in Northern Liberties, I can just tag everyone 19123, and it makes it super easy to promote something maybe going on in Northern Liberties.
I love that idea. Thank you, Dana, for bringing that up. And I'll show you guys how you can search by tag as well, so that it's very easy to go ahead and pull it up by zip code. That's a terrific idea. Thank you. And now you will have the option to add more information as you scroll down here. So I clicked on add more information, and that's where you'll have the ability to add in the client's email address or street address here. So you can add additional email addresses here. So that's great. Additional email, additional phone. You can mark their preferred method of contact. However, what I really want to show you guys is the primary address field, which is pretty cool. So if you go ahead and put in that client's address, you'll see that it drops down here, and this is pulling from Google Maps. And what it will do is it will automatically assign a neighborhood to this contact. And now what the neighborhood's doing in command, and I'll show you that once I pull that up for you guys. The neighborhoods, adding a neighborhood will automatically generate a neighborhood landing page for them to either search homes or see maybe a CMA for their current neighborhood. And I'll show you what that looks like because it's pretty cool here. However, for right now, if you could just please note that adding in the street address and selecting from the name or from the address on that drop down, we'll go ahead and link up the neighborhood automatically. Same with importing in the addresses, it will link up the neighborhoods. And again, I'll expand on what that means in just a moment here. All right, just a note, you do have a couple other fields here about where you can put in their birthday, their home anniversary, and so forth. Now, as far as talking about birthday and home anniversary, I know I've mentioned smart plans a little bit here. Smart plans, what they are in general is kind of campaigns like emails that can go out to your contacts automatically, but it goes a step above and beyond just an email campaign. Smart plans will allow you to actually bulk text message your contacts during the smart plan. Again, send custom email designs. It will allow you to create task reminders and so forth. And there is a birthday and home anniversary smart plan as well that you can set your contacts up on. So, you know, if you can set a scrub day for your database and go through Facebook and grab everyone's birthday, it is a great way to retain your clients and get in front of them to wish them a happy birthday. And you don't even have to remember, the system will remember for you. Same concept for home anniversary here, guys. You know, if you can make it a part of your closing checklist to come in here and add in that home anniversary every year, it would send them a piece on, you know, congratulations on your 1-year home anniversary. And they think, wow, what a great agent remembering my home anniversary. Really, you just plugged it in once and forgot about it. And again, I'll be showing you more on smart plans here. I'm going to go ahead and click create to finish completing that contact. So again, on the very bottom, if you could click create. All right, I just want to show you real quick what the neighborhood does. So I'm going to search on the very top left. So the search bar right here will be the general search of your database. I'm going to pull up the contact that I just created. I can simply click on their name to open that. Okay, the main thing I want to show you real quick is when you're adding in the mailing address, right? We add in the address, and I mentioned that it will automatically add in a neighborhood. Just want to show you guys real quick what this does because it's very cool. So assuming, you know, if this is a seller or whatever the case may be, if they're a buyer and you want to go ahead and send them a neighborhood page here, I'm going to show you what that looks like, and I'll expand a little bit more about how that's done. So since I put in the address for this client, it does automatically add in the neighborhood. I can add further neighborhoods by clicking add neighborhood right here. And I'm just going to preview it real quick so I can show you guys what this is that we're creating. It's one of my favorite features in Command, so I just want to show you real quick. So that will pull up a neighborhood landing page. So essentially every time that you put an address associated to a contact, it automatically generates this neighborhood landing page. Now, depending on the contact situation, if they are a seller and that's their address that they're selling, well, great. This is a beautiful free CMA for them to take a look at, which comes over live. Of course, you can add neighborhoods to this for your buyer clients as well. So if you're, you have a long-term buyer who is looking in certain neighborhoods, you can add in neighborhoods to start to pique their interest. Okay, so it's a really great long-term buyer tool as well. And I'll show you guys again where you can add in further neighborhoods. But just in general, what this tool does, of course, you'll see that it's a neighborhood search here. And because at this point, I usually get asked if you can do this by zip code or if it's just neighborhood. This tool specifically will be just for neighborhoods. So that's why it's great for long-term buyers who are maybe telling you, I'm not interested in looking to, at homes until about 6 months to a year. Well, setting them up on this neighborhood landing page here will allow them to start looking at homes in the neighborhoods they're interested in. And well, if they start seeing one that they really love, or they see a listing they love, suddenly you have that long-term buyer giving you a call saying, okay, maybe I do want to go see this home here. So it's a great way to get in front of your long-term buyers. And I will mention the save search option instead for your hot buyers instead. So hang on to questions on that. But other than it just being a really cool home search here, which you can draw on as well, I really like the neighborhood stats option on the top right. I think this is what really separates this tool from other tools I've seen online. So the neighborhood stats on here does pull directly from Nextdoor, like the Nextdoor app. And it will give them the like a CMA, a mini CMA on the top left here. So tell them average home price, price per square foot, days on market. If they scroll down, they'll be able to see current stats or sold stats. Again, this all pulls from Nextdoor. They can search for a place. So if this is an out-of-town client who wants to see, okay, how close is this neighborhood to my new place of work? They can go ahead and search for their place of work, and it will sync up with Google Maps, which is cool. So it'll give them directions on Google Maps to their new place of work, so they can go ahead and get that right on their phone. We do have nearby schools on here, which is of course a hot topic. The places option down here will sync with Yelp. So again, really great for those clients who aren't super familiar with the area they're moving into. It shows them, restaurants, groceries, shopping, all within their area, and this all syncs with Yelp, which is neat. And of course, on the bottom, we have other homes and a way to contact you. Now, I just wanted to give you an overview that this is here because it's very cool. And I'll talk a little bit more about how you can distribute this to your clients and make this really optimized for buyers as well. So I'm going to switch back. If you were following me, I'm switching back to the Command Contacts tab. That did open in a new tab, this neighborhood landing page. So not to lose anyone, I am just going to the Command Contacts tab. Should have a red KW logo on there. Right, and the reason that this was generated is because I simply put in an address for this contact, and this will generate automatically. So you can always come in here and preview these or copy the link right here and email that directly to your client. And again, as I mentioned, for more long-term buyers who let you know, hey, I'm not looking to buy right now, but I am interested in these neighborhoods for the future. Okay, well, great. I'll go ahead and add in these neighborhoods and create a custom page for you to be able to search your homes whenever you'd like to. Okay, and that it puts them in the driver's seat or makes them feel like they're in the driver's seat so they can really perform the searches on their end. But you can add in the neighborhoods that they are interested in right from here. You can find them on a map or even click them from here. And you'll see when I click it from here, it adds it to this list. Okay. Now, this is an option to send out on smart plan emails. I'll show you guys briefly where the smart plans are and so forth, but I'll more give you guys a tip on how to set this up for a smart plan. Because as I've been mentioning, you can copy the link to shoot this off in an email, and that's great. However, it would be nice to just have a non-manual way to do it, right? An automatic way that automatically goes out, and that answers smart plans. So there is a monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan and a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture smart plan, which essentially will just send that landing page that we were looking at either bi-weekly or once a month to your clients so that they can get an update on listings in that neighborhoods they're looking in. Now, because I usually get this question during classes, all right, because I can put that in based on neighborhood, However, if your client is more looking for zip codes or more specific criteria, like square footage or beds, baths that you need to put in, right, that typically would categorize them as more of a hot buyer, right? They have criteria, they're ready to look. So in that case, I just want to point out that the Save Searches option are on the top right of your contacts. So these Save Searches, again, are best for hot buyers because it will give you more criteria to specify. So if I click Create Save Search, this is when I can go in and I can change this to zip code. So I can go ahead and send them listings in the zip codes that they are interested in. You can do it by neighborhood as well, of course, but this is where you can set the price, minimum and maximum. You can, square footage and so forth. And I'll take you through it. You just click next. If you guys have any issues with setting that up, of course, you can let us know. But again, just to overview this, the Save Searches option will be best for your hot buyers. So you can go ahead and put in detailed criteria. Whereas adding in neighborhoods to the contact record will generate the neighborhood landing page, and you can preview it with that link and copy it with this link, right? So if you wanted to send this out to your client, you could copy it and then go over to your email and just paste it in a one-time email. So if you want to automatic or manually send that out, you absolutely can by just clicking copy link to paste that in an email. Or like I mentioned, there are smart plans that will send it out automatically for you. Okay, and I'll show you guys where those are real quick, just so I can kind of draw this full circle for you. I don't have too much time to spend on smart plans, but if you click on the icon on the far left, the fourth icon down, that looks like a to-do list with a settings gear. I just want to point out this is where the smart plans are. I will give you guys a 10-15 minute video on how to specifically set up a monthly neighborhood nurture using those neighborhoods. That is the most commonly used one. But just so you guys feel a little more comfortable with what a smart plan is, I just want to show you that real quick. So that is the fourth icon down. It looks like a to-do list with the settings gear. And yours may be blank if you have not set up any smart plans quite yet. Okay, but you can click on the library option on the very top white toolbar. So again, if you'd like to jot down notes on how to activate a smart plan, these will be a little general, but you can click on the smart plans option on the left-hand side toolbar. And then you'll want to click on library to go ahead and access all the smart plans from here. So once I click on library, I typically like to scroll down to the Keller Williams provided smart plans. And just to point out, the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, this first one here, that is the neighborhood smart plan that I was just talking about with you guys. It would send that out bi-weekly versus there's a monthly neighborhood nurture. If I scroll over, so see these arrows on the top right here, I'm going to scroll over to find the monthly neighborhood nurture. The only difference there is it would send it out once a month instead of bi-weekly. And you'll also notice the birthday smart plan from here. So as long as that your contact has a birthday in it, they'll receive that on their birthday, and then the home anniversary one as well. I'm just scrolling with the arrows on the top right here. We have home anniversary as well. And now as you're looking through these smart plans, best things that I can recommend is, of course, read the description, but also clicking view steps on the bottom of the smart plan will give you a general idea of what steps are in the smart plan. And of course, I could tell you guys a lot more on this, but just to remind you guys, some different items that are in these smart plans are automated emails that will go out, automated text messages if you choose to use Twilio. That's not required. You do not have to use that. Automated task reminders, call reminders, and so forth. So a really great automated system. And again, I'll be sending you guys like a 10-15 minute video on how to set up the smart plans and monthly neighborhood nurture specifically to get you guys started on smart plans. And then if you have any questions, of course, let us know. We do have live trainings every month on smart plans and recorded as well, so you can get the full idea of them. And I'll make sure to send that information over. Guys, of course, I know that was a quick overview of smart plans. I more just wanted to give you guys an idea that it's there, and I'll be giving you the tools to learn that further. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer those. All right, so let's switch gears slightly to talking about leads coming in, how to best view your leads, and some tips around that. So first of all, let's go ahead and come to your command homepage. I'm going to show you how you can pull your leads to the very top of your command homepage. So command homepage here. Now your widgets might be in a different layout than mine. Usually the leads are on the very bottom when they're generated. So I'm going to show you, if you scroll down, you might see a box that says recent leads. It's typically at the very bottom for new agents. So I'm going to show you how you can pull your recent leads to the top so that you never miss one. So to do that, I'm going to click Customize Home on the top right. And again, I'm just on the home icon on the left side menu. And then click Customize Home. Okay, and if your leads are at the bottom, because this is generally how that'll start out with those at the bottom, what you want to do, of course, you can see on the left-hand side which widgets you would like to display. You can uncheck any of these. But what I would recommend is clicking on the 6 dots to the left of where it says recent leads and just pull that right to the top. And then click apply so that you'll see your leads right at the top of your screen every time you log in, right in front of your face. Okay, so again, I just click Customize Home on the top right to go ahead and pull those recent leads at the top. And you can, reorganize this in any way that you would like. So feel free to play around with that. All right, I'm going to show you also how to search your database for leads and how you're notified of leads as well. So on the left-hand side, if you could join me for the contacts icon, which is where we were, right, in the database, in our database. I'm going to show you how you can search your contacts in your database and also set up smart views, which are essentially the option to view a search with one click. So for example, we're going to set up one for your leads so that you can come in here, click your smart view. It's right here. I'll explain that more, and view your leads right away. Or like Dana pointed out, if you have search a certain tag quite often, like a zip code, I'm going to show you how you can perform that search and then save the search as a smart view to always easily access that. So first of all, we'll click on that filters option on the very top left of your database. That'll be how you search your contacts. And the first thing I want to go over is just pulling up all of our leads to make sure we've gotten to those and saving those as a smart view. So when you click on filters on the top left of your database, we're going to click on leads only on the top right here. And then apply. It's pretty easy here, just leads only, and then apply. And that'll pull up all your leads that you have in command. If there are none yet, it's okay. That will change soon. However, let's go ahead and still save this as a smart view, whether you have leads or not in here. And how you would do that is, so now that I have that search performed, I'll click on the smart view option right here. And I'll click on create smart view. So create smart view. And so you can see an option here to name that Q2 leads, or if you'd like to name this all leads, or however you'd like to name these. I can go ahead and, I already have one, so I'm going to add a little one. So I can go ahead and name those leads, all leads, whatever what quarter are we in? Q3 leads, and click Save Smart View. Now you do have the option to set that as a default smart view. So if you want the leads to show immediately when you click on the contacts icon in your command database, you can make that be the default view. Okay, I'm going to leave that unchecked because I like to see all of my contacts when I come in. I'm going to click Save Smart View there. Okay, so now when I come back into my command database, I'll show you guys how easy it is now to switch to that smart view with one click. So now when I'm coming back to my database, I can go ahead and click on the smart view option and go ahead and select that from the drop down, and boom, it pulls it up right away. So same concept here. If you want to filter by a certain tag, if you perform a certain search quite often with filters here and search by a specific tag or Facebook leads or whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and set up that smart view as well. So you can search by, say, buyers. I'm not sure if I have those, and click apply. And then you could go ahead and create a smart view of all of your buyers and so forth. So really you want to think of, okay, what searches do I perform most often? That would be most beneficial for your smart views. Leads, of course, is on the top of that list. All right, so let's talk about how you get notified of leads. So you'll be notified of leads in three main ways. So first of all, you'll have this the bell icon on the very top right of Command. So this will show you any leads that you have coming into the system. So if I go ahead, just to show you guys what it looks like, I do have a lead notification that came in yesterday. So if I click on that from the drop down, it will take me directly to that lead. So you can stay on top of that as quickly as possible. All right, the other way that you are notified of leads in Command is, and now these are leads in case you're wondering where these are coming from. These are leads that you would be getting from your Command website, from your mobile app, from any landing pages that you create. You create Facebook ads through Command. That's another way that you would get them. I'm going to share out, I do have an article for you guys on notifications in Command. This is an answers.kw.com article. If you guys haven't played with that at all, KWRI writes out written instructions on a lot of items in Command, and this is super helpful. So again, that's answers.kw.com if you'd like to jot that down. And that will show you how you're notified of every single thing in the system here. So we talked about that bell icon, which is what that means by Command here. The other ways that you're notified of leads, mainly for contacts here, is Kelly. So the Kelly app, if you do not already have that on your phone, and you can see how it's spelled here, you can just search your app store for Kelly, K-E-L-L-E. And currently, it will ask you when you download it, do you want to enable push notifications? Okay, and you'll want to say yes, you want to enable notifications, because then every time that you get a lead, it will pop up on your phone from the Kelly app. And if you're wondering what your login is for the Kelly app, that will be the same login as for your Command account or for your MyKW account. So Command, mykw.kw.com, and Kelly all have the same login. I'm trying to streamline all the logins, which I really appreciate. There are some items that you will receive emails notifications for as well. KWRI is working on expanding that even further. So in the future, you should receive email notifications for even more items. But let me go ahead and send this in the chat. For this one specifically, I saved this to my notes because it's so useful to reference, because you can see there's a lot of different things you get notified of in Command. So if you ever need to check how you're getting notified, this will give you that overview. All right, guys, so just a couple more things. I do want to talk about your website and domain name and show you guys how to create an email signature. So I might go about 10 minutes over if you are free to stick around, just to show you guys how you can go about creating an email signature and what website address to use on your email signature and so forth. So we're going to come down to the consumer icon. So switching gears a little bit here. We're going to click on the very bottom icon on the very left-hand side command menu. So the consumer icon, that's what it's called on the very bottom. The idea behind that, it's all your consumer tools, meaning all the tools for your clients. So like your website or a landing page or your mobile app will all be under the consumer section of Command. And when you click on that consumer tab, you should see your website address at the top here. Now, if your website's not set up, we're happy to do it for you. So just jot down to contact us after today's class, and we're more than happy to. Again, support@scottleroymarketing.com. So let's click on the consumer tab, and then you can pull up your agent site by clicking here. All right, and this is a general overview of what the KW Command IDX sites look like. really cool fact about these websites is that all listings across the entire US and parts of Canada will automatically be searchable on your site. So no matter if that's a Keller Williams listing or listed by another brokerage, there's nothing you have to do. Within 24 hours or less of that listing going live in the MLS, it will appear on your website. It'll be searchable on your website, on your app, and every inch of your KW technology. I say 24 hours, but generally the turnaround time is about 3 hours of it going live in the MLS. So they've done a really good job of expediting getting those active leads on here as quickly as possible. Just something else to note, see if, we can add featured listings to your site as well. I'm gonna pull up one that has one here. So if you want us to add in featured listings to your site, shoot us an email. We're more than happy to do that for you, okay? We do need to know which listings you would like to be featured. We can also add in more custom pages. So the command menu for your site will be on the top right here. And we can add in more pages. So if you shoot us an email saying, hey, I would like my website a little more customized, we can let you know the different custom pages that we're happy to add to your website. And again, these are all free items that we're more than happy to help with. So if you want to jot down, again, our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'll jot down to just shoot us an email after class. You know, hey, set up my featured listings and I need more customization on your site. We'll send you back which pages we can add to your site for free, and you can pick whichever ones you want. Now let's talk real quick about your website address. So your website address off default will always end in .kw.com. Like mine, for example, is my first and last name, .kw.com. However, a really important thing that you can do with your branding, that's not a very high investment, is purchasing a domain name from a site like GoDaddy. Now, if you're not very familiar with what a domain name is, that will be like just purchasing a website address. So one up here, for example. So for this website here, right, this is the actual subdomain. However, the domain name that this agent purchased from GoDaddy, and I'll give you guys steps to that, is conniebasshomes.com. So if their clients enter that in and click enter, it will route them to this website. So it's really important to purchase a domain name for branding. This is not a required item, but we do have a link to get that domain name for $2.99 for the first year from GoDaddy. I'm putting that in the chat for you guys. And again, sorry, I'm shooting all these links to you guys in the chat. I will send over an email overviewing all of this. However, a domain name is typically $2.99 for the first year. And then after that, it's typically around $12 a year. So it's nothing crazy, but really important to help clients get to your website easier, right? Seeing this on a sign, conniebasshomes.com, is a lot easier to remember than viewing the entire subdomain on a sign, right? So it does make it easier for clients to remember. It helps with your search engine optimization as well. So when you're picking a domain name, you try to think of some keywords to use in there, like homes. Check with your office staff on any compliance. Like Dana, in a lot of areas, they're not allowed to use realty or realtor in the domain name. Is that the case for your area?
That is a good question. I will have to check with our broker, but I'm pretty sure that is correct.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Dana. Yeah, so just check with your broker on any compliance issues for your domain name that you're going to purchase. Homes is generally a good one to use. Properties is another good keyword, but your office broker will be able to let you know if there's any words that you shouldn't use. So as far as your domain name goes, this is near the top of the list of where I would recommend starting for your website. And the good news is, so once you purchase that domain name from a site like GoDaddy, we're more than happy to forward that to your website for you. So all you need to do is I'll send you a link and it is in the Zoom chat. You just need to go ahead and purchase your domain name on a site like GoDaddy, and then we're happy to go ahead and do the rest for you. We'll forward it to your website to help with search engine optimization and help your clients find that more easily. I would recommend doing that sooner than later if this is something you plan to do, so you can start creating your marketing material with that information, like the email signature, any postcards or physical marketing that you do. That would be great to have on there instead. With that being said, we can also create a QR code for your website, which is really great for print marketing. You've probably seen QR codes if you go to any restaurants now, right? They don't have physical menus very much in my area, at least. They have, you scan a QR code, which looks kind of like a barcode, and you just scan it with the camera of your phone. We can make that for your website specifically. Shoot us an email. We're more than happy to do it. If you would like to try it on your end, this is the site we use. It's just qrcodegenerator.com with dashes in there. I'll send this out as well. Super easy to use. You simply put in your website address here and it will generate the QR code for you. So I'll show you guys that real quick. It's very cool. So if I go ahead and put in my website address, it will generate, this is my QR code. So this is what it looks like if you guys aren't very familiar with it. And that is really great to put on any flyers that you pass out, postcards, really physical mailers are really best for that your client would have in their hand to be able to scan with their phone. We can create QR codes for landing pages or really any website that you would like for us to. And again, that's qr-code-generator.com. If you would like to try that on your end, you can download that right away. And I'll just download as a picture image so you can put that on your marketing material. All right, guys, last thing I want to go over with you guys is just talking about an email signature, which is really important for branding and making your emails look very professional and sleek. So you might have seen other agents have an email signature banner on the bottom of their emails, and I'm going to show you how you can create that as well. We have a ton of great templates on our website. So if you would like to join me, I am going to scottleroymarketing.com. So scottleroymarketing.com. And how you access these, we have a bunch of really great templates in general under KW resources. So scottleroymarketing.com, then just hover your mouse over KW resources. I want to point your attention to the template section here. Right, and let's go ahead and click on the templates option. So go ahead, hover over KW resources and then just click on templates. And I'll send out this direct link as well, so you guys don't have to navigate there. That's in the Zoom chat if you just want to click on it from there. We do have a video at the top that will take you through it just in more detail than I'll explain here. However, step by step on how to create this email signature from our templates below and how to add that to your email. But I just want to give you guys a quick overview on how that would be done. And then, of course, we're happy to assist with any questions that you have on this. However, this video would walk you through it, but we can also help you add your email signature to your actual email inbox once you have that created. So the main, I'll point out the noteworthy moments here. All right, so once you scroll down, we're finding the email signature option. It is in alphabetical order, so it's kind of near the top on the right side column. Oops, sorry, that was fast. So we're going to email signatures. And these are free for you guys to create. You'll, of course, see a bunch of other great templates on here if you need a Facebook cover photo and so forth. And we're working on launching more and more templates in the near future. So if you see any templates that you're not finding on here, feel free to shoot us an email. We can probably get that in the works for you. But we are selecting the email signatures option on the right-hand side column, and that will pop those up. Okay, so these are stored in Google Drive. And we have those separated by category just to make them a little less overwhelming to look through. So depending on which one you click on, I'll click on the normal email signatures, but you can select any of them. All right, so go ahead and click on one of those folders there, double click to open it up. I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of these email signatures that I'd like to work with. So I'm going to do email signature 13. You can pick any of them. The concepts will be the same. So I'm going to show you the main 3 things, I think, that you need to know in order to utilize our email signatures. Okay, the first thing is you need to be logged into a Google account. So your KW Gmail account, that totally works. If you have a personal Gmail account, that's great too. How you would know if you're logged in is on the top right here, right? I can see that I'm logged in to which email account. right? But if it says something like log in, make sure you're logging in. And again, your KW email is a Gmail account. All right, so that would be the first noteworthy moment. You have to log into a Gmail account. And if you're on your browser, it probably logs you in automatically. So you should be good to go. And then I can double click on any of these email signatures to pull that up. All right, and in order to edit this, so you'll notice once you pull it up, you cannot just click to start editing. So this is a final noteworthy moment here on these. All right, this is really important. So jot this down. In order to edit it, right, because we're in view only method right now, or mode right now. So you need to click on File under the email signature name. So whatever it says, email signature 14 or 1, whatever you see, to the right of this Google Slides icon. So to the right of that yellow icon, we're clicking on File and Make a Copy. So what we're doing, because right now you're viewing this email signature in our Google Drive, what we need to do is just make a copy of it into your Google Drive so that you can start editing it. So I'll click Make a Copy, and you can just click on the entire presentation, either one here. That'll give you the option to name it. Only you'll see this, but this is just noting what you're going to name it in your drive. So you can, if you want to do email signature or real estate email signature. It's really all you have to add in here. The folder, you can pick what folder you're adding that into and click OK. So this is copying this email signature to your Google Drive. So you always have access to edit that. Download that again so you can work on it continuously moving forward. So just in case you guys missed that step, it is so important. I just want to show you one more time. We clicked on File under the email signature's name on the top left, then Make a Copy for the entire presentation. That works. So again, essentially we're copying that from the SLM Google Drive over to your Google Drive, so you have access to edit that anytime moving forward. And now editing these are pretty easy. We just, can double click to highlight and replace the information. The main thing to know, so any text is very easy to go ahead and click to backspace. Of course, you can edit any of the text with, these at the top are pretty similar to Word, whether you want to bold it, change the font. This is just a template, guys. So if you can find a template that you in general like, it's really all changeable. You can change the background color, the fonts, you name it. My biggest recommendation is when you're changing out the headshot, that you want to right click on the headshot or any image. So anytime you're using our templates and there's an image, you want to replace the image instead so that it'll keep the formatting. So keep it, nice squared right here. So again, we right click and click Replace Image. And then we can go ahead and select Upload from Computer, assuming you have your headshot saved to your computer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab my headshot just so you guys can see how that's added in. And see, because I right clicked and clicked Replace Image, it kept the same formatting. It kept it in, the actual email signature instead of me having to resize it to get it to work. So that'll make your life a little easier. All right, but you can go through and edit this completely. And once you're ready, you can go ahead and click File on the top left to download that to your computer. You can download that as a PNG. And guys, we're happy to add that to your KW Gmail account for you. So once you have this created, if you want to jot down a note to just shoot it to us, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to add this to your email account for you. So just let us know. All right, guys, so the last thing I just want to show you guys is just how to access our further trainings so that you guys can, expand on your command knowledge. Now, we do have these classes live and recorded every week. So just to show you guys real quick where that is. So I'm going to go back to our website, scottleroymarketing.com, just to show you guys where our live training calendar is under KW Resources, right? I'm always hovering over KW Resources. And then we have the live training calendar under training. You'll see the training calendar. So our live training classes are every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you'd like to come join those live, they're on Zoom. You can come join, ask questions, and get the full experience of we do command overview, Docusign 101, 201, you name it. We do have the calendar for which classes are which day here. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. is opportunities with KW Command. That's what I'm teaching at 1 p.m. tomorrow if you'd like to join. But of course, you have a million things going on. So if you do want to watch any of our recorded classes, we do have those all recorded as well. And we upload those. You can view them from the recorded training classes option here. Or one more thing I would recommend bookmarking is our YouTube channel. I'll send this out in the chat. It's just youtube.com/Scott LeRoy Marketing. The reason I like this so much is, first of all, it shows all of our newest tip videos and trainings at the top here. So again, that's youtube.com/Scott LeRoy Marketing. It's in the chat. I do have that bookmarked as well. If you guys can do that, I would recommend it. It'll show all the newest trainings, because every time we hear about a new tip, or I'm sorry, a new feature that's launched in Command, we make a tip video that same day. So it'll always have the newest tips, newest updates, newest workarounds that you can use, best practices with Command at the top. And then we have this little search icon right here, so you can search for literally anything, like smart plans, for example, right? We talked about it. I want to know more. There we go, smart plans. So you're able to pull those up right away. All right, guys. Yeah, please let me know what questions that you guys have. Of course, I'm happy to help. I'll switch my camera back on and stop sharing. Yeah, let me know how we can help you guys further and what questions we can answer for you. Is there anything else I can go over? I think you're muted still, Dana.
Thank you. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I just want to confirm that's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time.
That's correct.
Awesome. Yeah. We are Eastern Standard Time too. So guys, anytime, 1 o'clock, Monday through Friday, you can hop on and have live training just like today. And we'll have the training calendar. We can go over that again too. But Leah, thank you so much. Does anybody have a question before we sign off? All right, I think you blew our brains today, but this was awesome. I totally learned some new things, which was fantastic.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it. I know it's a lot of overwhelming information at the beginning, but going through it and just clicking through, and I'll send over notes so you can go through this as well. And if you have any questions at all, you know where to find us. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So shoot us an email. I do want to share. Can I show you guys one more thing, actually? Thanks. I do want to point out where our all of our free support items are listed. And again, I'll send this over to you guys, but also under KW Resources, I wanted to point out the support tab. So hovering over KW Resources again on ScottLeRoyMarketing.com, and the support option here. So a big part of what our company does is a free tech concierge service. So we're happy to do a lot of your technology for you, to leverage that out to us. So feel free, KW Resources and support. And that'll give you a full list of all the free support items we're more than happy to help with. Smart plan setup. All you need to do is go ahead and click on that item and fill out the short form that displays. They'll shoot it over to us, and we get that done within about 1 business day is our goal. So you scroll through. We're happy to help, especially with importing contacts. That'd be a great place to start.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah. Any other questions I can answer for you guys?
I think we are good. Thank you so much for your time today. Guys, this video will be available on our YouTube channel, so that way you can rewatch it. And Leah, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. If you guys have any questions about today's class specifically, feel free to put my name in the subject line, attention Leah, Leah. And again, that's support@ScottLeRoyMarketing.com. I'd be more than happy to take a look at your account specifically to help you guys with whatever you need or any questions that you may have. And I'll be shooting you, Dana, I'll email you notes for today's class with all the links that we talked about, so you can distribute to your agents as well.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.